Hello everyone and welcome to your first video on the Edge. Before I get into our chat today, I really want to thank you for joining this platform and this community. I really hope that you find all these videos educational and maybe inspiring, or get you to kind of step outside your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe increase your boundaries just a tiny bit on what it is that is inspiring you, or maybe challenging you, or maybe that's something that's roadblocking you, and that we can continue to work together to kind of help you walk through it. So you will be getting one of these videos once a week, maybe some other kind of content sometimes, and it may not always be a video, but we are going to be providing you as much content as possible to help you find that next level you, because that is our goal, to challenge you to find that next level you. It is within inside of all of us. We already have everything we need within ourselves to be able to believe in ourselves, to tap into the strength that's inside of us. But sometimes we just got to tease it out. So without further ado, today's topic has to do with the power that our self-talk has on our self-belief and our brain. So, mental performance. If I was to sit down and ask you what mental performance is, what would you say? You can comment below on what it is that you previously thought, and I'm going to tell you what I believe mental performance is. So what I always like to tell people when it comes to mental performance, oftentimes when I ask that question, usually what pops up is it's how tough I can be. It's being able to push through pain. It's being able to go through a really hard situation and come out the other end. And these are all true. This is mental performance. It's mental endurance. It's mental strength. How tough you are, how strong you are, how much you can blow through the challenges that are in your life. This is true. That is mental performance. But what I like to contribute mental performance to really being, when we look down into the nitty gritty of it, is along the lines of how we talk to ourselves to fuel our best self. And that is key. How you talk to yourself is how you fuel yourself. What do I mean by that? So our brain is what controls our mental performance. And ultimately, at the end of the day, our brain is what controls everything we do at the end of the day, because our system, our body responds based off of our nervous system. So a lot of times when we're training, we often think that we need to improve our muscular system. We have to be able to get stronger, fitter, faster. But what happens is, first, you're priming your nervous system to be able to respond to the changes that you're putting into it. And after a while, that nervous system says, I'm done. I don't want to. You are putting me into danger because you're making me uncomfortable, and I don't want to go any further. But we can prime our brain to change that. And that comes from how it is that we talk to ourselves. Now, a lot of times we are conditioned to believe, and this is something that I see as both a triathlon coach and a mental performance coach with a lot of my clients, that we are conditioned to believe that we have to prove that we deserve whatever goal it is that we're chasing before that we can actually believe in it. So we have to have the data to back it up. So maybe we want to qualify for Kona, and that's a big goal of ours. In order to actually claim that as a big goal and to say it out loud so that we believe it and maybe everybody else believes it and gets on board, we have to have the data to back it up. And until we have the data, we don't want it. Or maybe we want to have a really fast 5K, the fastest 5K we have. And until the data proves it, we don't believe it. We have to have our data to prove what we're saying. But what actually needs to happen is the other way around. We got to let go of the data, and we have to believe in ourselves first, and then use the data to top that off. Because it all starts up here. It starts with how and what we say to ourselves. Why is this? Because our brain responds to that talk. So our brain acts as a filter. What this is our reticular activating system, or the RAS, is a filter, and it's a big portion of our brain, right? There's a lot of facets of our brain, but I want to talk about the reticular activating system. And this system acts as a filter, no different than if you were to filter water or, bone broth or something. Through a sieve, you're going to have pieces that collect in it and then others that flow through. Our brain works in a very similar way with our talk and what we put into it. So if we put into it positivity, it's going to filter for positivity. My silly little example for this comes along the lines of, say you're car shopping. Okay, we've all been car shopping. And we are looking for a navy blue Toyota RAV4, the limited edition. Right? We're very specific. And we say, the reason I want this is because I don't see a lot of navy blue ones. Maybe you see a lot of RAV4s, but I don't see a lot of navy blue ones. I want to be a little bit different. Guess what? You will see navy blue RAV4s everywhere all of a sudden. Why? Because your brain is filtering for navy blue RAV4s. It's looking for them. It is physically going, oh, there's one. You know, it's that same concept with how we talk to ourselves. If we are telling ourselves negative things, our brain is going to look for negative things. If that's what we're focusing on, that's what it's going to look for, because that's what you are putting in, and so that's what it's going to put out. Same thing works for positivity and our beliefs. When we believe so hard in what it is that we want, our brain will filter for the things that are proving to us that that is what we're looking for and that is what we deserve. What you put in is what you get out. Our brain is a filter. Okay, so how do we do this? It takes practice. Changing your self-talk to be more positive, to be more productive. And that's something I want you to think about. What we're doing with everything that we do is expanding our boundaries on how we talk to ourselves. And that means we don't always have to be positive, but we have to be productive. And productivity doesn't necessarily just mean checking something off a box, but it means telling ourselves one way or one thing so that we move forward in a quote unquote productive and or positive state. Because we can't always be positive, right? There are negative things that happen and sometimes they're really hard to let go of, but we can move out of that negative thing in a productive way. So that's one thing to think about. How am I going to be positive and productive? So how do we change our self-talk? Changing our self-talk is a wonderful little 3-step process. Here it is, okay? First step, we inventory our self-talk. You cannot change your self-talk till you know what it is that you're saying about yourself and about your actions and about your dreams and about your goals. What are you saying? So you write that down. You spend 5 minutes and you write down all of the things that you're saying, good, bad, indifferent about it. And then you take the negative ones and you dispute it. Prove it wrong, okay? That is then showing your brain, no, the statement is not true. This is actually true. And then you reframe it. So 3 steps: inventory, dispute, reframe. I'll give you an example. One of my first clients came to me and he was really frustrated, saying that he constantly was just a slow runner. That's all he ever said to himself. I'm a slow runner. I suck at running. I'm a slow runner. And so I said, well, that was his inventory. So we inventoried and he said, I feel like I'm a slow runner. I am a slow runner. He just kept repeating that. And so I said, okay, there's your inventory. We've inventoried what it is that you're saying and how that makes you feel. And then I said, okay, I want you to think about that, and I want you to prove that wrong. And I want you to think back to, 4 weeks ago, where were you compared to today? And so as he started talking, he started saying, well, I did run my longest run that I've run in over a year, and I didn't have to walk at all during it. I was able to run the entire time. Whereas 4 weeks ago, he was like, I could not do that run. There's no way I would have been able to. And then, we kept going, and another thought was, okay, well, so I've done that. And then I actually ran my fastest 5K last week in training. And so I was like, okay, so now you're getting faster. Okay, so now he has now proved that he is not a slow runner. He has proved that wrong by saying 2 things. That he is now stronger than he was even 4 weeks ago. He can now run further than he's run in a very long time. And he is faster because he just ran his fastest 5K he's ever done. That's 3 reasons that his statement is wrong. He's not a slow runner. 3 reasons. Okay, so I said, okay, let's take those disputed reasons. Let's take those reasons and let's reframe our sentence. Instead of saying I'm a slow runner, I want you to reframe it in a positive standpoint. And so we said, okay, let's reframe that using what we have. And he said, well, I still don't feel like I'm where I'm at. And I said, that's fair. That's a fair statement. So let's use that. We say, reframed statement. I'm not as fast as I want to be, but I'm stronger and faster than I have been in a very long time. And I'm currently running longer and further than I have run in a long time. I know I have further to go, but I'm proud of the work that I have put in. So now he just took his negative statement of I suck at running, turned it around, acknowledged that he still doesn't feel where he wants to be, but made it into a positive statement around that as to being proud of the fact that he has run further and longer and stronger than he's run in a long time. And now, by filtering that, by saying that statement over and over to himself, he was able to then start finding reasons why he was a faster runner, and he actually became a faster runner. Took time, but he worked on changing his self-talk so that when he got frustrated about his run, instead, he found positivity and productivity within it all from changing his self-talk. So, recap. How do you work through this process of changing your self-talk? Inventory it, dispute it, reframe it. 3 steps. Now, that's more of the advanced portion of it. You can also get started really simply by merely priming your brain to look for positivity within your life. Prime your brain. How I like to have clients prime their brain is by literally writing down positive things that are going on. It's the idea of gratitude or self-love in your life. The more that you can put out positivity, the more that you'll be looking for it and you'll find it. There's actually proof that when you put out positivity into your life, you increase the amount of positivity around you by about 11%. So here is my challenge for you to help you to prime your brain to start looking for positive things in your life. For the next week, I want you every morning to write down 3 good things about yourself. 3 things that you love, 3 things that you're thankful for, 3 things that you're proud of. 3 positive things about yourself. That way you are starting the day with intention and positivity. And that then is priming your brain, priming that reticular activating system, your nervous system, to fire and stimulate looking for positive things in your life. By starting the day with intention on a positive standpoint, you can then make it easier to change your self-talk. The second piece with this, as we talked about very early on in this little video here, when you believe 100% in your goal, other people will eventually believe it as well. The more belief you can put into it, the more others will believe it as well. And that helps with your confidence. That helps with your self-talk. I want you to claim your intention. Claim it. Shout it out loud if you need to. To yourself, if you don't want to shout it to everybody, but claim your intention. Every morning, write your goal down. Write your intention down. The more you claim it, the more you say it out loud, the more you will believe it. And again, the more your brain will filter for reasons why you deserve that goal that are outside of data, that are outside of anything. And on top of that, the data will probably start to prove itself because you will be looking for reasons why it's true. These are 2 key steps to changing your self-talk and your belief in who you are and what you're doing. And it starts with priming your brain for positivity. So that is my challenge to you. For the next week, I want you to write down 3 things that you love and believe in and thankful for about yourself. Start focusing on you. And second, I want you to claim your intention. Write those goals down. Write that scary dream down. That one that maybe you're not sure about. Write it down. Every morning. You start your day with intention. You start your day with self-belief. You will start finding it everywhere that you look. If you feel comfortable, I want you to comment below with your intention or your goal or your dream. You do not have to. It is not required at all. But if you feel comfortable and want to share it and want to shout it to the world, let's hear it. I will do a really good example. This is something that I have not talked about out loud for many people besides my inner circle. But I have a goal and a dream. I want to be a professional triathlete. And I have had to put that on hold for babies and COVID, and it's been totally worth it. But that is my new intention. That is my new goal. And I have decided I am not going to be afraid to share it with the world. So I'm sharing it with you. That's my intention. I claim that in 2022, I will qualify for my professional triathlon license. I will be a professional triathlete. There's my intention. There's my claim. That is me stepping outside my comfort zone for you to hopefully get you to step outside your comfort zone for yourself as well. If you have questions, comments, anything about self-talk that you want to learn more about, comment below. Otherwise, keep up with those 2 challenges for the week. Let me know how they go. I can't wait to see how everything goes for you. And then you guys, remember, you already have everything that you need inside to believe in yourself. It's already there. You just have to reach for it. Thank you guys.